She said, "It's just a friend," until I walked in. I had always trusted her, or at least, I thought I did. It was late. The house was quiet, except for the faint hum of the refrigerator and the occasional creak of the floorboards beneath my own feet. I came home earlier than expected. A meeting had ended abruptly, and I wanted nothing more than the comfort of familiar walls. Then I saw the light. Our bedroom door, slightly ajar. Her laugh floated out. Light, melodic, unmistakably hers. But there was another voice, a male voice, casual, too familiar, too intimate. I froze. Heart racing, stomach twisting. The world narrowed to that door. Every instinct screamed to turn around, to flee, but I couldn't. I pressed myself against the wall, breath shallow. Shadows danced across the hallway. Their laughter grew louder, closer. She said something, playful, soft. A sound that belonged only to private moments, moments meant for me. But not tonight. Not with him. Something cold settled in my chest. I didn't move. I couldn't. I wanted to scream, to throw open the door, to confront, to destroy. But I stayed silent. I watched. I calculated. And then, the unmistakable sound of her voice, whispering his name. I walked past the living room, pretending to be absorbed in my phone, heart hammering. My mind raced, trying to rationalize, to deny. Maybe it's innocent. Maybe it's nothing. But the truth clawed at me. I could hear the soft brush of skin against skin, laughter that lingered too long, the subtle shift in tone when she spoke to him. I remembered the last time she had said, "It's just a friend." I had believed her. Her eyes had been sincere, or so I thought. But the voice in my head whispered the opposite. The suspicion had been growing for months. Odd messages, late nights out, unexplained disappearances. I had ignored them. I had chosen to believe in us, in her. Now all that denial collided with reality. The door opened slightly more. Shadows of their bodies shifted. She leaned close. He smiled, and her hand brushed his arm. A casual touch, one that burned hotter than a slap. My mind calculated every possibility. Should I storm in, confront, or should I observe, gather proof? I needed evidence. I needed clarity. My emotions were a storm, controlled rage simmering beneath a composed exterior. Over the next few days, I became a ghost in our own home. I moved silently, observed subtly, collected pieces of the puzzle. Her phone buzzed constantly, a secret language of notifications and hidden messages. I watched, memorized patterns, learned her excuses. I never confronted her directly. My actions were surgical. Every interaction, every question, carefully measured. She remained oblivious, unaware that the web she had spun was being meticulously untangled by the very man she deceived. I installed a small camera in our bedroom. Evidence would be undeniable. I tracked her conversations. Every innocent excuse unraveled into a tapestry of betrayal. And yet, there was the cruelty of knowing, watching someone you love, someone you trusted, give herself to another. The intimacy, the laughter, the whispered words, each a dagger to the chest. I remembered our first kiss, our first shared secret, the promises whispered in dimly lit rooms. They replayed in my mind, twisted now, corrupted by deceit. She would enter the living room, radiant, laughing, while my heart hardened. Every step she took, every glance at him, every fleeting touch, it all became ammunition for the inevitable confrontation. I had the evidence. Photos, recordings, messages, all pieces of her betrayal laid bare. And yet, I did not feel relief. Only a cold, calculated calm. I approached her quietly, handing her the phone. No words, just the screen glowing in the dim light. She froze. Her eyes widened. The realization hit her before any sound left her lips. He was gone, hastily retreating at the faintest sound of footsteps. Our lives' delicate balance now shattered. I I can explain, she whispered, voice trembling. I did not respond. Silence was my answer, my weapon. Days later, I acted with precision. Not a scream, not a fight. Just the truth, delivered with surgical accuracy. I sent her texts, letting her replay her own words back to her. Every excuse, every lie, every betrayal meticulously exposed. Friends, family, they knew. She had to confront the fallout. And yet, I remained detached. She had begged, pleaded, promised. I had no tears left for her. Only clarity. The night I walked past the bedroom one last time, she looked up at me, eyes wide, desperate. But the man was gone. The bed, empty. I left her there. Alone, vulnerable, exposed. No confrontation, no yelling. Only the quiet devastation of truth. I walked into the night. The city lights reflected on wet asphalt. Every step felt lighter, freer. I did not look back. The house behind me was a cage no longer. She had made her choices, I had made mine. The betrayal had burned, yes, but it also cleared the fog of illusion. The truth, once hidden, was now fully illuminated. I smiled faintly, a ghost of the man I once was. The rage had cooled, control had returned. I was free. And she was left with nothing but the consequences of her own choices. And as I disappeared into the night, I realized, some lessons are learned only in silence, and some betrayals deserve nothing but a quiet, cold farewell.